federal legislation that's crafted to find a way for undocumented minors to have a path to legalization. And so that's meant a number of things. It was originally introduced in, I think, August 2001, and it was a bipartisan bill both in the House and in the Senate when it was introduced. They're disappointed. I think that, the positive side of that is that, one of the great things about the DREAM movement is that it's such a close-knit movement. So I think that it's really rallied a lot of people, it's really given them the strength to sort of look past these disappointments and, continue. I think that the DREAM Act movement has been a success, despite the fact that the DREAM Act hasn't passed. There have been a number of senators who have been very vocal supporters of the DREAM Act in particular, and senators come to mind. Dick Durbin and Patrick Leahy have both been very strong supporters, and they've both been co-sponsors of the bill, continually every single time it's been reintroduced. So I think that they'll be the big players. I think Harry Reid will be as well. I think, without going into specific names either, I think the senators who have the strongest position for the next round of elections are likely to continue pushing for the DREAM Act. So there were actually 3 Republicans that did vote for the DREAM Act legislation, and I think that they're likely to be the biggest pushers on immigration reform in the future. So that was Robert Bennett, Lisa Murkowski, and Richard Lugar. The kind of legislation they would put forward is likely to look like a lot of Republican bills that we've already seen. It's likely to have a lot of measures such as biometric ID cards, which was in the Schumer-Graham proposal that came out earlier this year. They're likely to have increased border security. They're likely to have much more punitive measures on, non-dreamers. In terms of the more general immigration debate, there has been a lot of movement, and I think that this is going to be a continuing trend, the fact that a lot of movement in immigration is not going to come from the federal legislative level. That's, a symptom of the fact that there's so much more going on in immigration, that to focus only on the legislation that's going on, doesn't really show us the whole picture. So I think we're going to have to pay attention to what other states are introducing punitive bills. I think we're going to have to pay attention to the movements, the grassroots immigration movements that are building up, because those do make changes as well.